breakdown. Tony goes and speaks at the next Forbes event, which that's probably going to happen here soon. And he's also getting invited to some other major places, and so am I. And people are joining the community. That's under here right with Rlink. Major things happening. For some of you that did not hear Wright talk about here a couple nights ago, he's like, man, today, he goes, has been a dream day. He goes, I had calls from Disney and from Marvel talking about our projects. I was on the phone with some of the people that helped start Ethereum, and he just listed the group of people that he had conversations with that day. Not over the last several months. It was in one day, and it was mind-blowing. And then for him to say, and when he was over in Switzerland and showing them what we have with our projects, especially Rlink, and they're like, you have real world revenue right now. Right now, we are probably, Tony, would you say we're the most viral? We're definitely the fastest growing project in our decentralized ecosystem. Is that correct?
For sure. Yeah.
And this is one of our best months ever. And let me just tell you, we've actually had to push off some of the PR opportunities. We've had some people reach out to us and want to interview us. Let's just say that the stock exchange would be behind, one of the stock exchanges would be behind us as we got interviewed. We've had major publications, and we pushed them all off for another 30, 60 days. We went, hey, listen, we were making sure the platform is ready to scale at a very rapid pace. And Wright has said, listen, when the timing's right, he said, all of my friends in the blockchain space, they're ready to share this with the world. So actually right now, we're not trying to look for customers, to be honest with you. Like, we're not in need. We want customers. We've actually been holding them back by doing what we've been doing to make sure that we're ready to scale, because it can actually, we believe it's going to go viral overnight. And we know that just from the group that's on here right now, if no one else jumped in to the community, I'm looking at some of the people. Some of you have built organizations of 1 million people. I know one couple built a 3 million person organization. I know Tony's built a 1 million person organization. I've built organizations all over the world. That's just the group that's on here right now. And there's a lot of you, like, I don't even know your background. So we know that we're going to be able to add a lot of people. And thanks to all of you, this is one of our biggest months ever. And when Wright was sharing with us, he showed us some charts. He didn't want us to show them outside, but we looked at, for example, Gala Games. And he goes, listen, people think that Gala was a success. It was a big success, but it was also a lot of failures. Like, they made a lot of mistakes. But the great thing is, what happens when you have mistakes? You learn from them. So not only is technology better, developers better, the timing is better. I was listening to a big crypto influencer last night, one of the biggest out there, and they go, listen, this is not a regular bull cycle. This is what we call a super cycle. And they go, well, listen, how often do you think this happens? She goes, this will never happen again. We'll never have a pro-crypto, pro-blockchain, presidential campaign like we had. Right now, we are just seeing the tides turn to where we're going from the ridiculed and opposed to the self-evident phase. It is a normal conversation all over the place now when it comes to blockchain and when it comes to crypto. And so for Wright to say, yeah, look at this chart where Gala traded, the liquidity was $2,000 some in 24 hours, to fast forward, right? Months and months later, it was 4 point some billion in a 24-hour window, which was more than Tesla and more than Apple. And he believes that between now and next Christmas, we're never going to get this time back. That's not hype. That's not just for our project. That's like the crypto blockchain space. There's never been a set of circumstances that have put together a super cycle like we're experiencing right now. So thanks to all of you. One of our biggest months ever has been this month. The shopping cart is almost ready.
I mean, positioning of the past to determine the future. And our goal with Rlink, I think what makes us different than any other project in blockchain history is we're moving our focus to revenue generation. We're moving the focus. 2025 is going to be strictly focused on adding clients into our platform, people that are generating real world revenue. And then we move that revenue through a flywheel that creates liquidity pools and creates buy side pressure for the token, for the project. If my mom uses her credit card to pay $50 a month, and that $50 is ran through the ecosystem, through the cryptocurrency marketplace, that's going to create a lot of buy-side pressure. And the goal for me, I think if you look at history, you have a better chance of predicting what will happen in the future. And every year that there's a bull run, so let's say 2025, we're follow the same path, the same charts, we'll have a massive bull run in 2025. Then what will happen in 2026, we call it crypto winter. All of a sudden, there's a lot of sell-side pressure. People start coming out of Bitcoin, the price goes down. Coming out of Ethereum, the price goes down. And when people come out of those projects, the altcoins, all the other coins, other than Bitcoin, when Bitcoin starts to go down, everything goes down. And it's happened every time. Ripple goes down, Monero, Stellar, like the meme coins, Doge, they'll all go down in crypto winter. So let's say investors in the crypto markets start to sell off their Bitcoin and they want to put it in USDT because they want to kind of sustain value and wait for the next bull run. And then they'll come back into those coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Stellar, Doge, every altcoin, Ripple, whatever they want to come into, Rally, Revo, Win, whatever tokens they're coming into. Here's my thought. If we're driving revenue and that revenue is creating buy-side pressure, creating liquidity pools, if a crypto investor comes in and goes, I started selling my Bitcoin, it's 2026, crypto's slowing down massively. We call it the crypto winter. I sell off my Ripple. I sell off my Bitcoin. I sell off my Stellar. I sell off my Ripple. And I go to sell off my Rlink. And I look at the chart and I look at the blockchain because there's full transparency. And I go, wait a minute. This month, Rlink doubled their revenue. They have twice as many new customers that came in. And there's twice as many people buying the token out of the marketplace, meaning there's buy-side pressure. I see orders on the blockchain, orders in some of the big centralized exchanges, because our goal is obviously to get onto the Binances, the Coinbase of the world. And so we hit those goals in the bull run. And then as the bull run ends and crypto winter begins, an investor goes, well, I'm looking to sell my Rlink, but there's a lot of people buying it right now. In fact, let's say Rlink's at $1 and I see a big buy order it's a limit of up to $1.20. Well, if I'm just a regular investor, I'm going, I don't want to sell this token. I actually at $1, if I know somebody's willing to pay $1.20, I should be buying more as much as I can, maybe up to $1.10, and then I'll sell it to this guy at $1.20. I could actually make money buying it. And imagine something like CoinMarketCap has every token in red, every token going down, other than, let's say, a project like Rlink is in green. Now, what do you think the marketplace is going to do? How do you think the market's going to react? I can tell you what most rational investors and traders will want to do is buy more. Now, the beauty of that is it's not based on hype. It's not based on the news. It's not based on what I believe or what I think. It's based on revenue. It's based on facts. And so we have the opportunity, in my opinion, again, I always tell people I never have a crystal ball, but I can tell you this. I've built several companies that have generated billions of dollars in revenue. I think this will be one of the easiest paths to $1 billion plus in revenue I've ever taken. This project right here. I do believe it'll be the most viral blockchain project in history. And it has nothing to do with blockchain. It has nothing to do with cryptocurrency to me. It has to do with building a big community that crushes Zoom. We're a Zoom killer. We're a Google Meet killer. We're a Microsoft Teams killer. And so if we can get communities in mass to come away from Zoom and start coming into Rlink and utilizing the Rally blockchain, I'm telling you, it will be the best decision any of us as community members ever make. Focus on driving revenue, focus on building the big community, and I'm telling you, the rest will take care of itself. All markets are irrational. My degree's in finance and economics, and I'll kind of wrap up with this, but at the end of the day, all markets are irrational, and blockchain-based projects, cryptocurrency markets are far more irrational than traditional markets. And a lot of people, I'm telling you, there's people that are short-sighted that look at our project and they're trying to just drive the token. Let's get the token going. And it's like anybody could pump the token. I could make 5 phone calls and probably sell $10 million worth of tokens through some of my buddies if I wanted to make those phone calls. And you know what would happen? The token price would go up, but it wouldn't be based on anything real. It would be based on hype. It would be based on some people pumping the token. But if we generate revenue and then I make those phone calls, and trust me, I'll make phone calls. Those people will be coming into the project because there's users, because there's real utility. And it's one of the first times in the history of blockchain that there's real utility. And when I talk about irrational markets, there were days where Gala, the market cap for Gala Games was higher than Tesla's. Now, rationally, that doesn't make any sense. There's no logic. Like there's no way it should have had a market cap higher than Tesla's. But that's irrelevant. The only thing that matters is it did have a higher market cap than Tesla's. It had a certain amount of tokens on the market. They were selling for a certain price, and there was $3 to $4 billion a day going in buying that